Hello everyone, going back to my revisits. As I said, I'm doing like this Resident Evil countdown, so I'm going to talk about Resident Evil 4. The game that everybody, or at least all the critics say, was the best Resident Evil ever made. That's debatable. It really is. I would say it wasn't the greatest Resident Evil, but of the three action-based Resident Evils, i.e. 4, 5, 6, I would say it was probably the better one in terms of gameplay. In terms of story, I'm going to give the hat off to 6, even though it has a lackluster villain and a pretty crappy motivation by him. But anyways, this one basically stars Leon. You know, people hadn't heard from Leon in a while since Resident Evil 2. And then there was a lot to go with this one. Is that it was a Nintendo exclusive at first, and the father of Resident Evil, whose name escapes me, pretty much said that this one was going to be Nintendo exclusive for a while. That did piss off a lot of PlayStation fans, myself included, and a lot of people went and bought a GameCube just to play this game. But then it went around, and they went ahead and made it for the PS2. And then he was saying, like, oh, we didn't mean for that to happen because we know people went ahead and bought GameCubes just to play this, and now, you know. It's like, well, dumb shit, you shouldn't have made the fucking game Nintendo exclusive because why would you do that in the first place? Why? That's completely ruining your market. Go multi-platform. Holy shit. You can release it for the GameCube, the Xbox, and the PlayStation 2, and that would have been more money to Capcom, but whatever. I know they signed some kind of business, like a time exclusive contract for it or whatever, but I don't know why they needed to do that. Resident Evil was doing just fine. Capcom at the time was doing just fine. There was no need for this shit. But, you know, digressing from that, I'm going to talk about the actual game. So it plays Leon. He's looking for the president's daughter. You know, he's no longer the rookie cop of the now defunct Raccoon City. He's, you know, high up in the organization with hunting down bioterrorists and stuff like that. He's friends with the at the point in time, the president that's in Resident Evil 6 was like just a higher up in the government. He befriended Leon, and then those two started working together to, you know, kind of basically bring down bioterrorism, although this may have been before they became friends, because it said that their friendship lasted about 10 years, and this game's timeline, I believe, takes place in 2004, which was also the same year that it was released, as opposed to, you know, like Resident Evil 6 taking place a year ahead of time, and then Resident Evil 5 taking place. Actually, no, Resident Evil 5 took place the year that it was released also, but anyways. So yeah, Leon's looking for the president's daughter, and they're, you know, at first it's like, okay, she's just been abducted, so we think maybe some kind of terroristic group with political motivation is doing this. No, it turns out it's actually a religious cult that worships a guy named Sadler, and, you know, you start unraveling the mystery, and then you run into Vittoria's there. You see the big tall guy, looks like Tyrant with a beard. I used to call him the Osama bin Laden version of the Tyrant just because of that beard. Not to say that this guy wasn't a badass. He was actually one of the coolest villains in this game. And the fight with him was actually kind of fun and kind of epic at the same time. So then you also have Salazar, who's more of a comic relief villain than anything, I would say. Just because anything that happens to, like, just him and Leon just kind of have fun with each other for the most part, not in a sexual way. But anytime he pops up and starts talking shit to Leon, Leon just like throws a one-liner that just pisses him off and makes him irate. So, you know, it probably adds to the fact that he's suffering from Napoleonic syndrome. Sadler, I would say, for people, a lot of people didn't like him just because there was nothing to him. I thought he was a fucking brilliant villain just because even when his plans were going bad and when his men were dying left and right, he was calm and complacent as could be. He was like, oh yeah, they died. Shame that. I was like, wow, this guy just doesn't give a shit. It's like he thinks he's going to win up until the very end where it's you versus him and all of his associates are dead. He is still under the impression he's going to kick your ass. I'm like, I like that. This villain is awesome. And the fight with him was freaking awesome too, because you know, you have Ada kind of pitch in a little bit, and yeah, she makes an appearance in this game. Of course, any game that has Leon in it, Ada's going to be in it. It's a given pretty much, because those two, their story is so interconnected that you can't have one without the other for the most part, unless you decide to kill one or the other, which I don't know why Capcom would do that, since they're both beloved characters, and you know, if you wanted to kill them, you'd have to do it in a really fucking good way. But so you wander through this town, the villagers are out to get you. You do find the president's daughter, and my god, is she annoying. She is by far the most fucking annoying character in a game that I have ever played that Capcom has made. she just drove me batshit insane to the point where I actually, just for shits and giggles, would let the monsters like kill her or something like that. And there were times where I would fucking execute her myself, just because she was either getting in the way, she was doing something stupid, i.e. running at the monsters like a fucking moron, or, you know, just for her being her. Now, I would say that it was probably the voice acting and the choice dialogue for her that was what made it bad. And then, you know, had they had like a different... It was basically the Steve syndrome. The character could have worked into just being something other than annoying. You know, her character was easily a one-game character. She was going to be in this game, and after that, she would disappear off the face of the fucking earth. So, they could have, like, done something with her, maybe. Does she really, like, add to the story? Does she offer her own, like, source of help or anything like that? Not really. She doesn't contribute to helping you at all. It's basically you holding her hand from start to finish. I mean, the game is basically a glorified escort mission, if you want to look at it at a simple, narrow perspective. And escorting her gets annoying at times because you have to tell her to go hi, and then you have to go find her. Like, okay, you can come out now. Now, you don't actually have to run up to where she's hiding and tell her to come out. You can tell her to come out. You whistle or something, and then she pops out of wherever she's hiding and comes back to your side. There were times, like, there were brief moments and times where she was actually not getting in the way. She was actually doing what she should have done. But other times, her AI just, like, you know, it's like it just goes into dumbass mode, and she's running around being fucking stupid. And you could say that this is the first game that started incorporating the AI partner type deal, even though Ashley contributes absolutely nothing to helping you. There's actually a bit where she is by herself, and you have to wander through and solve this puzzle and avoid these, like, armored guys that are trying to get you, and that was actually kind of fun because it was a challenge to me instead of me walking through or waltzing through and just blowing everybody's fucking brains out. And there was a horror aspect to it because it was kind of creepy, it was kind of scary in that you have this whole village that's just out to get you. You look at Call of Cthulhu and you have a whole town trying to get you. You don't know why. Well, in Call of Cthulhu, you didn't know why. You didn't know what the fuck was going on. You just know that the whole town wants to fucking kill you. And this one is because you're on the opposing side that they are on. And, or, you know, basically, you're trying to get the president's daughter back. They want to keep her so they can use her as leverage for, you know, doing Sadler's bidding. And, you know, you have Adam, and then it goes into this castle, and there it's still kind of creepy because you're in this castle full of fucking psychotic killers, and, you know, these guys are mutating into weird things whenever you blow their heads off. They're doing, you know, just... The setting is creepy. And then you get to the island where anything and everything scary about the game just completely dissolves into a pile of nothingness. It's basically you versus guys with stun rods, machine guns, Gatling guns. Hell, you fight a fucking badass commando with an eye patch and a beret and a big-ass minigun. I was like, really? Really? The minigun? Ooh. Yeah, scary. I mean, you know, you'll have like that, oh shit, there's a guy with a fucking minigun, time to hide and, you know, play it safe and fight this guy from a fucking far-ass distance while using cover. But other than that, it's not like a sense of scariness. However, there is one enemy in this game that just completely stood out as the most creepy fucking monster in about any Resident Evil game, and that is the Regenerator. That motherfucker is creepy. And that... I mean, the music that plays with it and the whole, like, breathing it does, it unnerves the fuck out of me. And I am sad that Resident Evil didn't, like, you know, evolve that monster forward in, like, Resident Evil 5 and 6, because I would have loved to see that sucker in Resident Evil 6. That guy would have fit in perfectly, you know, replace him with the stupid one monster where, like, you shoot it enough times, its hand falls off, and then, like, its sides and shit split in half, and then you have, like, 3 different monsters chasing you. Because that guy wasn't scary. That guy was just fucking annoying. This one, this one was scary, or not scary, but just unnerving and creepy. And, you know, you would just hear it, like, going, and then it would, you know, appear out of nowhere. You're like, oh, fuck! And, you know, you can only kill it in one specific way, and that was with an infrared scope. And, you know, once you got that, though, it was pretty much cakewalk. But, you know, the first couple of times you encounter it, you're like, oh, shit, run, run! And the especially scariest bit with them things is you're in this, like, dungeon cell type room. It looks more like a state, or like a police prison more than anything than a dungeon. But, like, you'll hear one breathing, and you're like, oh, shit, I don't know where it's at, because you have these 4 cells, they're all open, and you don't know where they're at. and or you don't know where it's at, but you hear it breathing, so you got to be all cautious and whatnot. So the easiest way to get through it, is to just run forward, then run back, and then wait for it to come out of its hiding spot, and then pick it off with the sniper rifle with the infrared scope attached. But still, that enemy was freaking just what other enemy? There was a couple of bosses in this game I thought interesting. Salazar's was, I could give or take that guy. The U3 or thing or it or whatever the hell it's called. It's like, I don't even know what the fuck it's supposed to be, but it's just this four-legged, ugly-ass monster. Now, that fight was actually kind of fun, and that fucker looked scary as all hell will get. Vittorius was a good boss. There's the Del Lago, I think it's called. It's like this underground, underwater salamander type thing. That fight was... It was hit or miss for me. If it started getting to me where it was taking too long to get through the boss because I kept dying, then I'd start to go, okay, this is getting old really quick. But once you figure out how to beat the boss, he's actually a fairly simple one. And then the El Gigantes, I thought they were kind of cool. I really hated that Resident Evil 5 had one, but thankfully they had just one, and that was the end of it. What other enemies did they have? There was, of course, the Ganados, and then their little mutations, which some of their mutations were actually kind of freaky looking. Especially the spider looking one. I hate spiders, so that one was really just getting to me. What other enemies were there? I'm trying to remember all the enemies. Oh yeah, the claw dudes. They were actually not scary, but they were fun to fight against because there was actually a legit tactic to beating them, and that was using sound, or using a lack of sound. Basically, they have no eyes, so the only way they know you're there is if you walk. And, you could throw like a grenade just like way out in the middle of nowhere, and once that thing blows up, they're darting in the direction that grenade went. They get their claws stuck in a wall. You can shoot the crap out of its back where its weak point is. So there was a strategy to fighting those guys. And this game also started using like the grenades type deal. Like, you no longer have the grenade launcher, you just have grenades that you chuck out, which, hey, I was cool for that. In fact, I was surprised that Resident Evil 3 didn't have that. But overall, this game was good. I think calling it the greatest Resident Evil's overrating it to a degree. But don't get me wrong, I thought this game was amazing in its own right, but not the greatest Resident Evil ever made. I still consider the greatest Resident Evil ever made was Resident Evil 3, but that's my opinion. And, this is the opinions of the critics. Everybody has differing opinions of which Resident Evil was the best. Some consider the first one the best. A lot of people actually consider the second one the best. And then there are people like me that consider the third one the best. There are people that think Code Veronica was the best. And there are people that like the way it's going right now. And that, that doesn't make you a better person than me. It doesn't make me a better person than you. Everybody has differing opinions. However, Resident Evil does need to decide where it's going with what it's doing. It needs to decide if it's going to be an action game, a survival game, survival horror game. What is it going to be? And my personal opinion, the track they're going on, with the way they're trying to set this game up, it should be a survival action game with horror elements. That's what it should be. That would be the perfect formula for it. And, that's basically what Leon's scenario is, bar the survival aspect, because, you still have things that are handed to you, like ammunition and stuff, but it should be you scavenging for it. As far as the AI partner goes, if they can keep the AI the way it was in 6, then I'll be absolutely happy with it. There's... if they can keep the AI like that, I see no reason to remove it. Plus, it allows more characterization, more story development, more dramatic events, more complexity to the overall story. So I'm like, you know what? It allows for more characters to be in. And it's not like, an AI assisting partner is something brand spanking new. Hell, it was in the first game. When you were Jill, there were a few moments where Barry would walk with you. In Resident Evil 2, there were moments where Ada would walk with you. In Resident Evil 3, Carlos, Code Veronica, Steve, and... Chris, what else? And then 4 had Ashley. And then 5, Sheva, 6, whoever you were playing as determined who your partner was. So, that's basically Resident Evil 4 and my thoughts about it. Great game, loved it. Don't consider it the greatest Resident Evil made, don't consider it the greatest action game or greatest anything ever made, but I consider it a great game in general, with very few things to really say about it in a negative way. And that is minus the departure from the survival stuff, the horror stuff, although they did keep some of it. I would actually throw this argument more at 5 for pretty much removing all of the horror aspect to it, but hey, it is what it is. If you can call the Resident Evil 5, the Hurt Locker with monsters instead of bombs, and the EOD guys. So that's basically Resident Evil 4 from my perspective. So if any of you played it, if you have, did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you want to punch Capcom in the face, or did you want to do all three? You know, you loved it, you hated it, and then you wanted to punch Capcom in the face. Me, personally, I loved it, but I still want to punch Capcom in the face. You know what, we should all just join a club and call it the Punch Capcom in the Face Club until they fix Resident Evil. Get Devil May Cry back, get Mega Man 3 Legends out, even though I don't give two shits for Mega Man. I only say that because they attack their fans. When a company attacks their fans, I get pissed off because that's basically them talking to me. Because I consider myself a fan of their games, their products. And, you know, when I was younger, I played Capcom, wow, played Mega Man, but I never stuck with it. There's a lot of games I played. Mario, for example, I never stuck with it because I was never a Nintendo gamer to begin with. I was always more of a PlayStation guy, and then when PlayStation 3's prices showed up, I was like, I'm going to jump ship to Xbox 360. Now, I was considering buying a PS3 not too long ago because I don't really throw my allegiance to one way or the other. I don't think the Xbox 360 is the best. I don't think PS3 is the best. I think they both have great system. Well, Rendering of Death begs to differ, but I think they're both great in their own way. You know, PS3 can play PS3 can play Blu-ray. Xbox 360, okay. 360, yeah, that one. It's great. They're great. Okay. But you get my point. I'm not going to argue the back and forth thing of those two, but you know, I'm going off topic here, and I should have ended the video like 3 minutes ago. So, anyway, folks, this has been Resident Evil 4 review revisited. So, stay tuned for more revisits and more reviews. Speaking of which, before I close the video, one last thing I want to throw out is Devil May Cry DMC is the next game that I'm really hyped up for. Sadly, it doesn't come out until next year of January. So, well, I mean, I'm actually curious as to how that's going to be, because to me, there's been some build-up as to how that game's going to come, because the fans have absolutely hated the way Dante looks. Some of them are saying that the actual gameplay looks kind of garbagey, but, well, you know, time will tell. If Ninja Theory can nail it, if they can make a fucking awesome game out of what they're doing, then I say let them have at it. Let them do something with it. As long as Dante is not an emo, whining bitch, I'm going to be really hard to displease with that aspect. Because, I mean, yes, I do hate that he throws the F-bomb like I do. Call me a hypocrite, but I hate that Dante throws the F-bomb out because I enjoyed the fact that he was a badass and he could be funny without having to swear, like, pretty much at all. I don't even think I remember him swearing at all or even making a, just anything that's really derogatory with swear words or cuss words or anything like that. You know, when he made fun of his enemies, he was just goofing off with them. He was just like, hey, you know, it's just us having a good time, even though in the back of his mind he fucking hates demons because they're, you know, evil sons of bitches. But anyways, that's been Resident Evil 4. That's been me going off topic, and this has been Resident Evil 4 Revisited. So, I will see you all very soon.